It is the homemade broadcast. It's episode 526. Hello, my name's Will. Look who I got next to me here.
Oh, hello.
This is not an AI simulation. This is real life. Anna Hummel is in the building for. Ow! God, it burns like sulfur. You smell like sulfur and it burns.
Sorry.
Anna Hummel, welcome to the new studio.
I love it. I like being in studio with you. This is different. This is something that we used to do it actually, I think weekly.
Right.
I think weekly, but can you turn on my headphones a little bit? I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Up a little bit more?
Yeah, that's
is that
perfect.
good?
Yeah, now I feel like I'm in the room. Now I feel good. Thank you.
Yeah, I think one of my ears is broken, as they say in the biz. It's unfortunate. Only this one's working.
Looks good.
Thanks.
I haven't worn these since I got fired that fateful day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now that it's back on, I'm like, oh God. She's back, bitches. She's back.
I get yelled at all the time because I don't wear my iPods. This is kind of off a hard angle, so I'm sorry if I'm not
That's okay.
avoiding you, but I also don't want to not look over here. But I get yelled at because I listen to my podcasts and stuff like with the phone.
Yeah.
The phone speaker.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend doesn't like that because she doesn't.
Annoying.
It's annoying. Yeah. And I agree, it is annoying. I told
you that before.
It is annoying.
Yeah.
But also I'm wearing headphones all the time. I gotta wear these. These are my work headphones here. This is where I spend the majority of my time here. So I wear these all day long in a call center. And then, what I'm doing podcasting stuff or radio stuff, I got headphones on. It's not good for my ears. I can't be wearing headphones.
Hurt. I know that when I have these on for too long, my ears do start to ache. So
yeah. So I get yelled at, but I'm trying to just leak some common sense to her too. With the programming that I listen to, just get a little bit of an alternative opinion that she might ordinarily not hear.
Yeah.
Just to give her a little something to chew on.
Right. I'm sure she would appreciate that after a long, hard day at work, listening to people, complain or, just typical work stuff. And then she's got to listen to you forcing stuff down her throat, like which 5 bourbons you must have by the end of 2024 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I watch. I have this little setup here, so I have a TV and a monitor, and I can't really listen to podcasts, which is a real bummer because at my previous job, I could just, listen to podcasts or listen to audiobooks, et cetera, et cetera. And now I'm kind of,
you gotta talk to people.
I got to talk to people. I got to be paying attention. So I put something really low. What do you call it? Not a lot of intensity, something just really low key. So a lot of it's just this channel that I like. It's a father and son, I believe, and they just talk about whiskeys and bourbons that they like and review things.
How
and
many subscribers do they have?
Like 300,000.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot. Let's see if I can find it here. It's the SLB Bourbon Bar.
And that's a father and son duo?
It's a father and son duo. SLB Drinks. Shout out to Trenton and Kurt.
150K, that's not bad.
150,000 followers, 517 they have 517 videos. This is episode 526.
Oh wow.
And I don't have I have around, I think about 400 something now and some change, which is good.
We're getting there.
Doing well. Doing really, really
We're
good.
We're getting there.
So my name is Will Kuncz. This is Anna Hummel. This is the homemade broadcast, usually live streaming on Wednesdays, but we had a conflict. Anna had to attend Radio St. Pete's fundraising gala on Wednesday, which I'm actually going to try to be at as well. Now, this has already happened, so you're not able to join us. But you can always donate to Radio St. Pete whenever you want. Just head over to radiostpete.com. A lot of great local content happening over there. And if you want to donate to us too, you can do that. Will Kuncz on Venmo, and I'll split it with Anna. So that's fun. 813-693-2124 is the voice and text line. HMB Radio on Facebook, hmbradio.com. You can text or voicemail the program. Did I already give this out? 813-693-2124. I did. The homemade broadcast at gmail.com. It's all down below if you want to, if you feel so inclined. We'd love to hear from you. Anna, I'm quitting. I have bad news.
Quitting what?
I'm quitting. I guess just doing this. I can't do it anymore. I brought it up. It's been over 10 years performing in podcasts and radio today. And I'm just going on a hiatus. I don't know if it's depression or growth, but it's not giving me anything that it used to. I don't get excited to perform anymore. It's not your fault. You don't help all the time either. But I wouldn't say it's your fault, but I just don't get excited about it. I actually don't feel anything anymore when I do these podcasts. I also think about how ridiculous it is for me to go on performing when genocide is everywhere, Anna, all around us. I have 2 obligations to fulfill this week, and then I am out, retiring from the game.
Is this a woman?
What? Yeah, it is. How did you know?
It just seems like something a woman would write.
Yeah, it is. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting.
Genocide is a very female thing to care about.
Wait, is it ever? Why is that? Well,
men don't give an S about genocide. They're not going to do nothing in the name of genocide. But in occasion they do, like they'll set themselves on fire and die in front of the Capitol. But
gays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're a different breed. Happy Pride, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. But typically women are big on genocide. That's their main thing. 2024 is genocide.
Why?
I don't know. You'd think I would know because I'm one of them, a woman that is, but I don't know why I don't want to say why they care so much. It's hot. Genocide is very trendy this year.
Yeah, a lot of people talking about it. A lot of kafayas being sold on American Outfitters. There's lots of stuff happening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, because I have a lot of my friends that the usual suspects that I enjoy and I keep up with. I will say, ironically, not a lot of like gloating about Trump going to prison or potentially he's not going to prison, but being convicted. I've saw a little bit, but you would think like the way people were acting over the past few years, like they'd be over the moon right now. This is vindication. Yeah. He got and I did see a lot of videos of crazy women, unfortunately, dancing around and jumping, like housewives type of thing, that were very, very excited about it. But like people that are in my auxiliary, that are kind of in my wavelength, they weren't really too excited. Just kind of a brief mention on an Instagram story, and then it was like, back to business as usual.
Yeah.
I wonder, and I don't know why that is exactly. I don't know if they know that it's that it's whack. I don't think
maybe they are coming around. You know what I mean?
Definitely not.
I think they're maybe coming around a little bit, and they go, maybe I have too many Venezuelan neighbors that I'm not too happy about. So I'm maybe coming around to some other ideas.
I doubt it.
I know someone close to me who did.
Oh,
what
really?
up, Mom?
I mean, maybe, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels like people just got other stuff going on. And I feel like maybe the quote unquote genocide has really taken Instagram by storm with our lady friends out there, particularly women, some men. And as you mentioned, some people are setting themselves on fire, and they're men, they're gay.
Was that guy gay? Not that it matters, but
I believe he was. Yeah. A little over dramatic. So that's how you can kind of tell. But listen, I gotta say, at least that guy had the courage of his convictions. You can't get any more steadfast in your beliefs than that. Now, was that insane? Clearly.
Did you watch that video?
I did. Yeah, the guy. This is ancient Chinese secret.
Would recommend or
no. It wasn't.
Here, let me tell you this though.
The
video was not as disturbing as I thought it would be, but the audio was worse than I anticipated.
Yeah.
If you were just to watch it without any volume, it's totally digestible. Watching a man burn himself alive. But if you were to, close your eyes and just listen to it, it's horrific. Much worse. Yeah, it's horrific. So, I'd give it probably 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I can't really remember the audio now that I'm thinking about it, but
it was a lot of free Palestine, and then probably about maybe 20 seconds into the burn, you just hear, and that was pretty grotesque to listen to.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't help it. You're burning alive.
Yeah.
There's so genocide's hot with the broads this summer.
Yeah.
It's a summer of genocide.
Hot girl summer. Don't light yourselves on fire, ladies.
Oh, they're not doing that. None of these. Nobody.
They're just quitting
really.
Comedy.
They're quitting comedy. Now, this person here, her name is Nikki Fuchs, I think it is. I looked her up. I had a friend of mine that sent me her page. She's a comedian. I don't know where she's based out of. She has, her. Okay, click it on the link tree here. Let's share this tab instead. Anaheim. So basing probably Los Angeles. I'm assuming she's got her Venmo on there.
Yeah,
YouTube.
Los Angeles Comic Con.
Yeah. LA. Okay, so she's LA.
Yeah.
Which I gotta tell you, comedians, I love them. I know many of them personally, and I love them, but they are some of the most misinformed and underinformed and vapid human beings that I've ever come across. Love to hate them. I really, particularly West Coast comedians, are just the worst. Now, I found this interesting because my buddy sent me this, who is also a comedian, and I thought, wow. Well, first of all, it struck me like, what is the deal with the being obsessed with the genocide thing? I know that it's terrible what's going on in the middle. Like, war is hell, period. But is this, a genocide? Like the word genocide? Have you looked it up?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's when you're intentionally trying to eradicate a whole ethnic group of people.
It would be really easy to do if you wanted to commit it. Like, so it's,
and it has to be intentionally trying to wipe them out. Not we're at war and a lot of people die.
Yes, including children. Unfortunately, in wars, it's particularly where the enemy is accused of hiding in, preschools, sometimes in hospitals. Sometimes things happen, and it's very unfortunate. And war is hell, and I don't like what's happening. I also don't really understand what's going on, and it's not to say that I don't care, because I do care. I think it's terrible.
Yeah,
but I also understand that I don't have much power. I can't really do much about this.
Well, you could quit comedy or podcasting.
Well, that's what I was threatening.
And I don't want to get dark here, but I feel like I have to. You have to ask yourself, if it is genocide, is it all bad if this woman is quitting her comedy career? Can we say that there's maybe an upside to the situation that's going on in the Middle East? Of course I'm joking. You shouldn't make light of these things, but me not making light of these things isn't bringing anyone back from the dead. So
but that's what I mean. Like, so there's genocide happening. So what is that going to do where you quit your job? Now, she's been doing it 10 years.
It's social cred.
Okay. She's been doing it 10 years. Mm-hmm. She has 51,000 followers.
Which is not nothing.
It's not nothing. It's not enough.
Nothing. That's not a lot, but it's not
not enough, to get a comedy.
Oh, I'd love to. Going. Oh, we're going to get a taste. I feel like.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, should this lady quit comedy? Is it the genocide, or is it like, I've been doing this 10 years and I'm not?
What a noble way to kind of end your hobby, right? or / career. You know, like, hey, it's not working out. I have children now. I need to grow up. I can't be, the comedian I thought I once wanted to be. So why not go out on a note where I'm doing something good? I'm giving up my career for comedy. Can we go back to the original? Genocide. Sorry, for genocide.
Yeah.
Can we go back to the original comment?
Sure.
She's saying, like, what's the parallel here? There's so much genocide that I can't deal with it, or.
Yeah, it says, I also think about how ridiculous it is for me to go on performing when genocide is everywhere.
Oh.
No specifics there, but we're assuming, the big one is, obviously Israel, Palestino battles.
Yeah.
Versus Hamas.
Yeah.
Now we could be speaking about, potentially Ukraine and fighting age men that have been wiped out. A generation, suppose he's been wiped out of Ukraine. I've also seen people partying in Ukraine videos. I don't post anything because I don't know. I'm afraid of posting something where it's going to end up being out of context or something. But I've also seen a lot of people in Ukraine going to dance clubs and having a gay old time. Listen.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what are we talking about here? So you're
it's kind of like when people were flying right after 9/11, like tickets are cheap, clubs are cheap, things are cheap because, it's a war-torn country. It's like just a bargain. It's a deal.
Well, I mean, the Secretary of State is going over and playing guitar in nightclubs. Did you see that video?
No, is this Blinken?
Yeah.
I've been kind of out of the loop, Will.
You haven't seen Blinky Boy?
I've been very much out of the loop.
Oh man, let me try to. Oh, what's going on?
Uh-oh,
X is broken.
Glitching. This is what happens when you don't care about genocide. Your computer glitches.
I think it's Elon's Twitter, man. It's better than ever, and also as bad as it's ever been at the exact same times. It appears that Twitter is down. Okay, let's go to trusty old YouTube and see what we can find. I want to see Tony Blinken. See, this is why I wish that our buddies online in the chat room had a computer so we could have them look this up while I do this. Tony Blinken in playing guitar. Okay. Hopefully this is in Ukraine. No, this is just at a...
Is that bass?
He's plays in a Kiev bar, the free... So, he's there. He's playing guitar. I don't listen. I don't know. I'm afraid to share anything. But he caught some flack for that, obviously, from a lot of people.
Yeah, not the best taste, especially when there's a war going on.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the center of it, control of Kyiv. But, he's rocking in the free world, so I'm not going to stop him.
He's rocking in the free world. What can you say? So I wanted to know, and I haven't watched any of Nikki Fuchs. I don't know if that's her name or not, but I haven't watched any of her comedy. So I wanted to watch it with you, Anna, to see if she's making the right decision or if the world is losing a voice of her generation, perhaps. Yeah. So which should I start with? The first one here,
let's do Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Okay.
She wants us to watch.
Okay, you're right. These are the ones she wants us to watch. Okay.
To stop using the word cock blocking and start using the word clitorference. Quote me on that. But we need to stop using the word.
Okay, not bad.
That's
Thoughts?
a very, very short clip.
It's a very short clip.
Very short clip. I would like, if I'm watching comedy, I feel like you got to make it at least 25, 30 seconds.
Right.
Bare minimum.
It's essentially a little bit naughtier version of it's her story instead of his story, right? I mean, it's the same, kind of play on words there. Instead of using cock blocking, you use clitorference.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
All right. So what would you say? Should we watch another one?
Wait, let's wait for it.
Okay. Let's do the wait for it. Here we go. Oh.
I do suck dick. Yeah. I'm just waiting. This guy wants his dick sucked. Okay. Despite.
Okay, if you're not watching on YouTube, if you're listening on podcast, how would you describe Nikki's haircut?
Remember the guy from Jim Carrey's character in Dumb and Dumber?
Yes.
What was it, Lloyd?
Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that.
Okay. Yeah. She's got, I would say, like a little pixie cut action, maybe Pee-wee without the hair gel,
It's pixie, but it's like pixie with no style or gel. It's just flat to the head.
Yeah, gender neutral.
Yeah, if she grew it out a little bit, she would look like John Lennon.
Yeah,
that's how that would go.
Yeah, she's got tattoos on her. I mean, like she's very LA.
Yeah, she's got I don't know if it's a leg sleeve
or
just a few miscellaneous tattoos on the leg, but that seems to be gaining popularity. Unfortunately,
yeah, I don't like
that's not a look that I like too much, but that's okay.
Yeah,
she's not for me. She's not
for you. That's
not
right.
For me.
So she's making the joke that, or the observation that, believe it or not, she S's D's in the clip. And you wouldn't think that by looking at her because she kind of looks like she might not.
Well, here's the thing. Just because she does that doesn't mean she doesn't do other stuff.
That's true.
And that D might be attached to a woman.
Oh, that's,
you know what I mean?
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a good point.
It could be a trans situation.
Sure.
Where this person also has breasts, but also a penis.
Yeah. Right.
So
that got 188,000 likes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That is a lot.
And then we have this one where she's got hair. By the way, I'm sorry. And I know she's not trying to attract me or anything, but I can't help but notice she's got a wig on here in the third one with the ghost. Top right, or it might be left on your screen. I'm not sure. She looks a lot better with the hair.
Yeah, she's got kind of like a Wednesday Addams look.
Well, I think that's what she's going for here. That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she looks a lot better with the hair. Can you please?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Will.
Uh-huh.
We don't know this woman's history.
Right.
She could have had cancer and went through chemo. We don't know.
I mean, you could wear wigs. You could. She's wearing a wig now.
I understand, but she might just be going all natural. All I'm saying is I've made that mistake before where I'm like, ew, gross. And they're like, I had breast cancer. And I'm like, I'm going to go shoot myself.
Today? Wear a wig. What's wrong with you? They got the things where you donate your hair and you can get looking like really good wigs.
Yeah. A nice weave, if you will.
You don't have to give up. You don't have to throw in the towel here. But I don't know. I had a friend of mine, my best friend, Brian's sister. She had a beautiful, beautiful girl, very like petite and thin and just like a very beautiful person. And she had short hair like that. And I go, Lauren, please grow your hair out. Yeah. I mean, she would be.
You said that to her?
Yeah. Many times. No, she told me no, I don't want to. And I said, all right. Again, it's not like you're doing it for me. You're not trying to get with me or anything, but she just looks so much better with the hair. And then she finally grew her hair out. And the first thing I said to her was like, don't you feel like you look better? And I believe she said yes. I can't remember.
Really?
Exactly. I can't.
Was she going through maybe a lesbian phase? Or?
I don't know. No, it wasn't anything like that. It was just, it's kind of style, like kind of, yeah. Like you were living in St. Pete. This chick's living in LA. She's can't be a lady. They got plenty of, and she's also like, again, not to be rude, but she's not a knockout.
No.
She doesn't really,
Nikki girl.
Yeah, she doesn't really, right. Yeah, this comedian chick. And I know I'm not either. Okay. Listen, I don't feel great saying anything about her looks.
People always say that. They're like, you feel like you can't make a judgment call on somebody else. Like you have to be the hottest person ever to make a judgment call on somebody else.
Yeah.
You still have eyeballs.
But I just feel like if somebody's watching this and you'd be like, you got a lot of balls commenting on this girl's looks.
Yeah. No.
And I'm like, you're right. Like I understand that. And that's true. But it's just something I've noticed. Okay. And I thought about, it's like, she feels like she might have to make a statement. I'm going to do short hair. I'm not going to try to be hot because maybe she's self-aware and goes, listen, I'm not a beauty queen. Okay. I'm not going to be a beauty queen. I'm going to go for a different look. I'm going to go for tough chick.
Yeah. Kind
of look. And I thought about it too. Like my face isn't really doing much for me. So maybe I'll just cut a scar into the side of my face. That's going to instantly. No, just like just like a hockey player or something got hit with a skate, just some sort of facial scar or, something. But I'm a coward. So, hair grows back. But anyway, let's do the last one. We can make the judgment call. Did she do the right thing or are we losing a voice of our generation?
If I have sex with a ghost and it comes, I like to call it a ghostbuster. And when it gets on my face, I like to call it a slimer. Okay. Thanks, I'm Nikki Fuchs. Thanks so much.
Where is this? Is she at a school?
It appears she's at a a themed Halloween.
Comic-Con.
Yeah, she's at a themed Halloween. She's doing a Halloween sex joke about getting stuff on her.
Getting dirty.
Getting a little dirty.
Yeah.
There's a trope about comedians, particularly female comedians, that
they suck.
No.
Oh.
No. But that they tend to use a lot of like sexuality in their jokes to overcompensate for to kind of, outdo the boys type of thing.
Yeah.
And it seems like just by these, 3 jokes here, that seems to be the case with Nikki. A lot of sex involved. But not to say that's not, good. Listen, it's not for me. I would pass, but she's not doing it for me. She had an audience. She had 58,000 people here, but she's giving up apparently due to genocide taking place anywhere. Are there any other clips that we need to look at? No, she looks pretty good there.
No,
she had long hair.
No.
I mean, would you or not?
Can you scroll to the right?
Scroll to the right.
No, there's a little arrow. There's more. There you
Oh,
go. But wait, there's more.
support your local girl gang. Okay. All right. She's got pretty
nice
eyes.
eyes.
Yeah.
Nice eyes. But does everyone who have blue eyes just have nice eyes? Because that's a common.
Well, they're big. These are big.
You like the
I like
we
the
like
big
eyes.
Yeah.
The makeup helps.
Yep.
They're a nice color.
She would look not so great here. This one not so good. Kind of looks like a dude. Looks like a German guy. She looks like you want to go to the disco and dance with the night away.
Yeah. She's got that Antwerp. What is it? What is that group from South Africa? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, so just a lot of as strong as the woman that just a lot of girl power, just you could tell where she stands politically.
Yeah.
It's a shame that we're losing Nikki, but she's not enjoying herself anymore because of genocide. So
what do you think her next post is going to be? Because it seems like a lot of it has to do with comedy, where she's going to be seen.
Yeah.
The dive bar, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And now she's just done. So is it just going to be what? What's going to be her?
What is she going to do? What's her next job? Coffee shop?
She'd be a great barista. I could tell.
Yeah.
That she should be in a barista, not at Starbucks.
No.
Corporate, those giant corporations.
Well, let's. It might be Starbucks. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just, and I was thinking about this because it is a lot of just comedians in general. I've just had it.
Okay.
Had it.
Is there one in particular besides Nikki that stands out?
Just all of them, really. I mean, not the ones that I listen to. There are some good ones, but I was talking to a buddy of mine, and we like to see what's going on with people that we know that are still doing comedy, and kind of is it hate? Would it be called hating? I'm not in the game, and they're not really doing anything of note necessarily. There's not much happening. So can you be a hater if nothing's happening?
Yeah.
It's just this this land of delusion that people live in their social media lives.
Yeah.
That they don't get any sort of nobody goes, what are you talking about?
Because they live in an echo chamber.
They live in people just don't want to be your friends aren't going to be jerks to you, right? Most of them. But
and they're often delusional, and they write and post delusional things, and you support them in their delusion, so they should support you in yours.
Right. Yeah. Maybe there is something to that. Just we'll just, and there is the old saying, fake it till you make it. I get that.
Yeah.
But there's just no accountability. Nobody going what are you talking about? Why you're lying? Why are you lying?
Yeah.
But it's low resolution type of interactions online, because you can't really.
That's why I quit it, man.
Why are you gonna go on somebody's post and be why are you lying? I know you're lying, because it's just you're a jerk. Then
yeah, right? Don't do that.
You could just ignore it, but also it allows people to lie. I don't like liars.
But you're not lying by omitting saying anything. So maybe that's the majority of people that are doing their stuff is they go, well, that is delusional. I'm just not going to say anything. Maybe I'll like it just to show support so that they like my posts, sort of a thing.
There's one guy that does these posts where he calls somebody out. It's a lot of unnamed people. It's a dialogue. It's a dialogue. What's happening is he's playing dialogues in his head of what you would say. A lot of people do that, where they play out scenarios in their head. I should have said this. If this happened, here's what I would do.
Yeah.
Here's what I would say. Oh no, I would say this. I would be so much better. So I think that's but they're acting it out, but they're putting it out on social media like it happened. And I'm like, that didn't happen. You're lying. I know you're lying. And it's one of those it's always something the hockey pride jerseys or something I have a really quick remark to, own the homophobe. And it's never a named person. It's always just person A said this. And then I said this.
I've never seen
and they were speechless. Oh, it's dialogue that you would play in your head.
Okay.
But you wouldn't write it on social media.
Yeah, but this guy,
because you're lying.
Posts about it.
Posts A lot of posts.
Does he say it happened, or he said I would have said sort of stuff?
He doesn't say either way. He just says he just starts the dialogue.
Oh.
And kind of puts it out. Now, I guess there is some like, yeah, I didn't say this happened. I'm just making a creative post. So I guess you can kind of get away with that there because he's not claiming that this happened today and then go into the dialogue.
Yeah.
But I'm just amazed that people just go, what? Why are you lying? You're lying. This didn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, but I lie about stuff on the air or like embellish. And if this guy's making a living off doing that,
he's not.
He's not.
He's not making a living.
Well, I mean, you don't until you do, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, what's the market?
I don't know. There's people that go viral for just being them.
That's what it seems like. Like it might be like
people that go viral for
viral.
I'm just gonna be I just want to show you true life stuff. And here's the thing. I find that stuff very soothing to watch sometimes, the people that are just them and they'll post. I'm not even kidding, Will. I quit Instagram, but before that, I'd watch people post 60-second videos of themselves cleaning their apartment. And it was very soothing and cleaning their bathroom and doing stuff like that. So they're just being them, I suppose. And you know what? Who am I to stop them from being them?
It's just so inauthentic, but I guess that's what the online avatar of yourself is. You can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. I keep going back and forth. Like I keep trying to bug you. Like, Anna, you need to share this podcast.
Yeah.
You need to put up clips. Like we need to, and I try to take care of that. But frankly, I think a lot of people have been searching this podcast out for you, not really for me, particularly over the last month.
Yeah.
So,
and here's the thing, Will. I feel really bad because listen, you're one of my best friends. I'm saying top 3 for sure right now in my life. And when my friends, especially my good friends, ask me to do something, especially you, I want to do it. I want to fulfill it. I want to, and it's not hard. It's not something that it's hard for me to do.
Yeah.
That's not the point. It's the problem is that I am an addict.
Yeah.
I'm an addict. So I know that if I go on there and I start posting, then I'm going to start seeing what people how are they responding to it? Did they like it? Did they comment on it? Now I'm in the rabbit hole again, scrolling through either Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And now I'm back in, the matrix, which I'm desperately trying to escape. Even to this day, I tell myself, you can't go on Twitter, can't go on Instagram, can't go on Facebook. And I found myself looking at sometimes an hour a day of YouTube shorts because it's essentially the same thing, but I'm allowed on. And I'm telling you, I feel like I can't stop looking at it sometimes. Yeah. And I hate the fact that I feel like I'm completely out of control. So basically I'm an addict and that is, and that's why I'm trying trying to escape it. But then also I'm missing out on things like this.
Yep.
And that makes me really sad. What is that?
This is
that looks like everything I love.
Yeah. Big, all right, let's pull it up here. So hungry. I wanted to show you this is an account on Instagram of we're not sure if that's somebody who's going viral currently because they are a freak. And this is kind of a good intro here. You have to be watching on YouTube to see the visual here, but it's a very unique looking individual who I'm not sure if it's male or female, but they like food and they like to post themselves eating food.
Big fan.
And this is what you're missing. And I kind of get it. Well, it's interesting because I was going to try to find my For You page. And I know how to get to it via the phone, but I don't really know how to get to it because I don't use the desktop version of Instagram very often. All right, so if I go here,
how do I... problem for me because I would seek this out and then I want more.
Yeah,
much like she wants more of that sandwich, whatever it is she's eating. I would want more.
Okay, so if I click, listen, social media is giving a lot of people what they want. So let me show you. Oh, I can't get to my For You page on here.
Jesus. Can I get the audio?
You want to hear the audio?
Yes, of course. I want to.
E Mm-hmm. That's fine, baby.
What?
No?
I'm very sure.
Now it looks like a woman.
That's what I mean. But I look at my listen. I'm ashamed. I don't even want
That
anybody
size, it
to.
almost doesn't matter.
This is what my For You page is like.
My word.
It's sick.
Okay, there's may I detail? There's cats eating ice cream.
Yeah.
There's burn victims.
Mm.
There is a chimpanzee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Will, ew.
What?
Ew,
Let me see.
the ankle thing. Why did you show that to me?
The ankle thing?
I don't like that.
What's the ankle thing? Oh God, yeah.
I don't like
a
that.
broken
Yeah.
ankle. But it's
and
a
then
lot of
lots
like
boobies. Lots
Yeah.
and lots of boobies.
lots of like scantily
Let me-
clad
and those
broads.
Do you like that?
I mean, not really. See, here's the thing too. So
Because those are big naturals.
part of let me just, since I can't get to it here, let me just show you. Like, that's insane, right? That's probably gonna get removed from YouTube. I don't know. Although she's covered up.
Yeah, she's fine.
You get into like with your buddies, you start sharing things, and then you just try to find the most freak show like lady with the biggest hands that you've ever seen, and you just try to outdo each other.
Right.
And then usually what we do is we throw in a joke, still not big enough for me. And then you got to keep going and keep going. Then your algorithm goes, okay, I see what this man
What you
likes.
like.
He likes chubby, two morbidly obese women with very large breasts. That's what he's looking for. And that's what they give me.
Yeah.
And I don't dislike it necessarily,
Right.
but it's been consuming a lot of my time to just go, oh my God. And I click on some of these like, monsters, and they have 100,000 followers. Some of these
Easy.
chicks.
Oh,
It's so
those
easy
are
for
my
women.
favorite. Those are the ones I miss the most, by the way.
Yeah.
Those are the
That's
ones,
good stuff.
the J-Bay Productions.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I miss the most.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the next level delusion, because not only are you large and in charge, but you are beautiful and nobody can tell you about your body and if you're healthy or not. Doesn't matter if you're on oxygen. You deserve, even if you're 700 pounds, you deserve to travel. And by the way, you should only have to purchase one ticket.
Yeah.
One
That's fair.
seat, even though you take up a row. It doesn't matter.
No.
You should pay for just
That's
one
right.
ticket, one seat.
Sounds reasonable. Sounds perfectly reasonable. But there is this weird overlap because it's a lot of like, chicks. And then there is like the ones that are like OnlyFans girls. There's a lot of OnlyFans girls on there.
Yeah.
And, those take up a lot of your time too. And then there's this weird crossover where you start getting into, just BB dubs, big, beautiful women. And then you start getting into freaks. And that is what my feed is.
Is that when you
It's
add
like,
an extra B?
that's when you add the extra B. But you start, it's not even only, women, but it's, and I think I'm not the only one here. Apparently this is happening to a lot of people, but there's like a lot of, and I don't mean, you gotta be really careful because people are very sensitive about this stuff. And I don't mean it, but like just people with Down syndrome singing the O'Reilly's song. Oh, O'Reilly Auto Parts. That pops up on my feed and I love it. It makes me laugh and it's funny. Okay. But then you start going into like just some guy with a long face. Like he's just got a long face. He's just a guy. And he has obviously he's got some sort of IQ deficiency. I don't know if it's, I don't know what exactly is going on with him. But he just kind of goes, he's just there and he goes, hey, everybody, I hope you have a good Sunday. And that's his whole video. And he has 200,000 followers on Instagram. So it's like, I was kind of like always annoyed that like women could just, get these followers so easily, but you could also get it if you are on the, what's a nice word for like a nomenclature for the freak show? Like Barnum and Bailey's circus. Like what's a good modern
Like
term?
offbeat? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, but people like a freak show. People paid Barnum and Bailey, made a fortune off of it, taking
eccentric. I don't know.
Taking unusual people, bearded ladies, the 500-pound man, whatever, which is nothing. That's just go to the beach. You're gonna see that for free. But like you would gather these unusual people. Howard Stern collected the Whack Pack, right? Like people want to see that. And now people are, and I guess it's kind of a good thing because Longface is able to monetize like his own content now. He doesn't need Barnum and Bailey. He can broadcast himself to the world.
Yeah.
And I saw a video of him and he was kind of like, I'm really kind of irritated. I'm speaking way too eloquently. He's like, I mean, Twitter is not really doing too great. And I don't understand. It's because nobody wants to hear you talk. Like nobody wants to hear your thoughts.
Right.
They want to look at you because you're kind of the modern day Barnum and Bailey circus freak show.
Yeah.
And I'm of two minds about it because it's very unfortunate that that people are looking at this and I mean, honestly, probably laughing at it and getting joy out of it, but also they're getting joy out of it. And they could show their human side. And, you know, they're probably making a little bit of cash too.
Yeah.
Off the deal.
And listen, people are going to look no matter what. And
they're putting it out there.
And here's the thing. The viewer is the one that gets attacked for being, you know, unkind, even if you're not even making comments, but the fact that you're just enjoying the content that they are putting out, you're supposed to, it's like, not only you have to digest it, but you have to digest it in the right way. You can't digest it and laugh. You got to digest it and go, oh, that's great. Look at them just doing what they do.
Doing great.
You know, just look at them just trying, and that's fantastic. I'm sorry, but a lot of us don't have control over our thoughts. You know, we have control over the way that we maybe say things. But if I watch, you know, someone, and yes, I watch similar videos. My boyfriend's into those as well, and one which is affectionately called Selena Cromez, and when he showed me the video, I couldn't help but like burst out laughing.
And
it was a reaction. It was like the doctor hitting your knee, and it was a reflex.
Yeah,
I didn't want to laugh that hard for a half an hour, but I did.
I mean, it's just like it's human psychology. Like, how mad can you be? And you know, the good people out there get to chastise the others, and that makes them feel good because they don't laugh at such things. They don't enjoy such things. Okay. Again, it's human psychology. Everybody wants to see, you know, the Barnum and Bailey circus. Everybody wants to see hot women, and everybody wants to see Barnum and Bailey circus. Right. And you can have both online now. It's Snapchat. I don't know if you ever used Snapchat. I don't use it very often at all anymore, but I still do have it on my phone. And on occasion, I check it out. They've gone just full tilt, like women showing their feet. That's all my feed. Women showing their feet for free, and then being like, click my OnlyFans and sub to my OnlyFans. Snapchat wasn't like that up until a few weeks ago, but I think Snapchat might be in trouble. And I think that they know, obviously, Instagram's doing a really good job with putting, you know, women in people's feeds. So now I'm on Snapchat a lot because I want to see what this pregnant stripper is going to post next. I saw that she said milk content coming soon. So, and she's pregnant. So, and to me, I look at that and I'm sitting there eating chips and going, you pig, you are a pig beast. And, you know, I'm still watching. I'm still giving her the click.
Listen, the women with the breasts are on my feed too, or at least they used to be.
See,
and not just women, hot women, but also
disgusting,
ginormous
freaks,
hippos,
the freak shows,
which I prefer. Those are my type.
Yeah,
but I did see something that was kind of clever and also very, if I can say the word, whorish. Very whorish. There was a woman who, so you know how the loophole on social media is you can't show your breasts unless you're breastfeeding.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought that up because I think you're about to say.
I saw a woman who is certainly an OnlyFans model.
Yes,
and she
I know exactly what you're
had a fake baby.
Yes, yeah.
And she was like breastfeeding this fake baby, but she would have to like shake it out. I mean, I don't breastfeed. I've never had a child before, but I'm pretty sure you don't have to like, you know, do a helicopter before you feed your fake child.
She just, you know, attaches the thing to her nipple and then it just swirls around like a helicopter, the baby doll.
And by the way, no milk.
Of course not.
There's no milk.
Of course not.
The baby started.
I've seen those videos and the areolas are like in perfect condition. They're not like chewed up by a baby or anything. Like I've seen women breastfeed. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. But you know, I still will watch, but it's weird. this is clearly a doll, and Instagram just kind of does one of these blind eye. Just
And it's not like you can catch a slip. I mean, we're
it's
talking full frontal,
full
breast nudity, and then the you bring in the prop child, and she
the Dollar General, Cabbage Patch doll. Yeah, it's clearly a doll.
And then I went on her profile because just like popped up. Like all of the videos were that.
Yeah.
Like there were 50 videos.
And how many follows?
All the followers. She had all the followers.
Hundreds of thousands, I'm
she
sure.
Had all the followers.
Monetizing it. And, again, it's like, it's a paradox. It really is a paradox because it's very disturbing and ghoulish. But, I mean, like, you're making a living. I hope you're saving your money, but
you don't think people want to watch that forever when she's 50 doing that?
Well, that's true. There's going to be a market for that. It's going to change. The niche is going to change always.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really don't know.
You did send me a clip of my beloved and your beloved Dave Smith yesterday.
Yeah.
And he did make a comment about how this is an empire in its decline in its final stages.
Just decadence everywhere. Yeah.
And when it's hard to see those things on social media and not agree with him. Not that I'm a fan of China, but at least their TikTok, they're trying to keep it clean.
Yeah.
They've banned Facebook. Maybe they've banned Instagram. Who knows? But they're trying to keep it clean and educational. Again, I'm all about freedoms. That's great. But sometimes freedom devolves into, like you said, decadence.
Yeah.
And just
it's too much.
Obscene hedonism everywhere that you look.
It's too much.
When you see a woman with giant breasts feeding a fake baby so that she can get around the loophole of not showing nudity on Instagram, you go, maybe we've gone too far here. Maybe we've gone too far.
When it's a pregnant stripper who's, a 7 out of 10
classic
showing her feet and saying milk content coming soon. I mean, maybe we should stop in our tracks a little bit and kind of look and go, whoa. What's going on here? And it seems like a lot of people aren't doing that. They're just enjoying the ride. I mean, like I said, it doesn't matter if people watch your content or consume your content, if they love you or hate you. They're still giving you attention. They're still giving you the clicks that you need, and you're getting the ad revenue. So if people love you or hate you, it doesn't matter as long as they're consuming the product. This is not a new thought. I mean, this is the way it's always been.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really been taken up to a new level in the past.
I did see something disturbing, probably about maybe a year ago, that I think about occasionally, can't get out of my head. It's not really about decadence. I'll just explain the video and then you can tell me your thoughts. But it was on Twitter, and it was a homeless drug addict giving birth on the sidewalk. I think it was in San Francisco, just on the cement. Baby pops out. And the most disturbing part, Will, I know all of that is pretty disturbing with the baby just, being born. And she's not even like really moaning. She's barely moving. That is the mother. She's just kind of, her pants are down. Baby slides out. The most disturbing part of that video is just the people walking by.
Yeah. It's normal.
The people just are walking by and no one's doing anything about it.
Yeah.
And I think that really struck me because, if you were to see that in real life, you'd go, oh my God, let me help this baby and this woman.
Would you?
Well, no, but that's how you imagine society to react. And people don't. They just kept walking.
So broken window theory. I mean, if you see a broken window in your neighborhood and it's not fixed right away, you start to go, what's going on here? And then it just starts to exponentially degrade. And I guess that's what's going on with culture. I mean, I think a lot of people are probably like, you're prudes. You're not open-minded. You're not, you're closed-minded. But I don't think that's true. I mean,
the people who are in favor of this kind of
just
hedonistic
just a degenerate
like
behavior.
It's
Milk
just
content
a body.
Coming soon.
Yeah. The people who say it's just a body.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff.
Yeah. It's very just, I don't know. And there's, obviously people who have taken it and, assigned religious connotations to it. But obviously that's not the case in your book. You're an atheist and you still find something odd and off about just a semblance of decorum of how we all, kind of should be in some sort of line, and not cross those lines, like, but it's still happening and it's still being consumed. And it's being
Yes.
consumed at a rapid pace.
Real quick, let me just I had this. I've been having a lot of meetings lately.
Yeah.
I had one last week, and this guy was talking about. We were talking about social media, promoting yourself, whatever. And I go, I got to be honest with you. I am horrible at this game of promoting myself. Always have been. More so now because I'm off the socials. But I go, I know this is not like a virtue anymore, but like I'm a very like modest person, like kind of humble. I was kind of raised to be a modest, like you're not supposed to boast about yourself. Like that was, not necessarily like not crass, but like impolite, shameful to post and keep talking and brag. And then when I got to college and then got on the social media, it just seemed like that's what you were supposed to do, is boast about your accomplishments, boast about your body, boast about your breasts, boast about your butt, boast about everything. And I feel like I'm still living in the world because of how I was raised, that is somewhat like shameful behavior. And that's why I feel like I struggle a lot. I mean, I struggle a lot for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons in this business particularly is that I don't like to be like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. But in order to be super successful in most things, whether you got like an apparel business or whatever, a restaurant, like, is that you have to constantly be boasting about yourself and what you're doing. And I don't.
Well, you're jaded a little bit because your social media has gotten you in trouble many times because you act like on social media like you do on either the air or on podcast or whatever, and you can get away with a lot more on the air than you can on social media. Social media, it's there, right? So you can go back and rewatch. You can make a flippant comment and somebody might find it offensive if you're saying it on the air, but then they kind of move on because they're getting other things are being said. And then it kind of becomes like, obviously, back in the day too, you would have to get out a pen and paper if you saw something or you heard something on the air, if you saw something on TV, and you'd have to write the station and say, I found this like it was time consuming. And now you can send a quick tweet, you can fire off a tweet. This is offensive, start a campaign, whatever. And when you say something online or tweet something, people can go back, start analyzing it. What do they mean by that? I don't know. That sounds racist. No context. Yeah, that sounds racist, or that sounds sexist. What? You know what? I'm mad now. And then it all goes downhill, which you learned firsthand many times with things that you said online.
Yeah.
That obviously you didn't. We're designed to be. I'm not going to say edgy, but I guess a little bit. Like it was supposed to be a decorum of humor and things that you said if you said it on the air, things that you've gotten in trouble for, I think they probably would have been okay.
Would have been all right.
But since it was one of those things where I've learned my lesson from you. I don't post anything anymore.
Yeah.
I just post podcast stuff. That's really it. On occasion, maybe a Bucks game's on or something, I want to participate in that conversation, but that's even rare now too, because I think of something funny and then I go, nah, not worth it. Now I have a corporate job.
Yeah.
I could lose my job
easily,
potentially if something, so it's just not worth it. And I guess in a way it's like, well, the censors don't even need to show up anymore because people are just censoring themselves. And that's very true. There's a lot of things I don't say online, even though it's a joke and I don't mean it, but it's hard to tell because sometimes I am posting serious stuff and then it gets mixed in with the jokey stuff. So it's just impossible. It's a bad idea. So it's what I learned my lesson from you was just don't, I'm still online and I'm still looking for milk content coming soon, and that's unfortunate, but really all I'm just posting about is podcast stuff. In June, the cat on occasion, and that's really
it. But let me ask you this. What do you think is more pathetic? Okay. These are our choices. Either you incessantly, I'm not saying you did this before, I'm just saying in general, what is more pathetic? You incessantly posting about yourself, your business, your radio, your podcast, your whatever, versus okay, I'm going to take a backseat. I'm not going to post anything, which is what I did for a couple of years, but I was consuming everybody else's content. So now I am an expert on these strangers' lives. Why do I know so much about these people? Why am I watching everything that they do and everything that they feed their child? And it became apparent that I'm like, why am I spending my, because how we spend our minutes is how we spend our hours, is how we spend our days, is how we spend our years, is how we spend our lives. And, when I think back about all the hours I spent and some, in retrospect, wasted on social media, it honestly makes me kind of sick to be like, what was the stuff? And again, sometimes we see the fun stuff, like the giant she eating a steak sandwich, whatever. That's great. But unfortunately, I have to go through and see all this other stuff that is it's mindless and it's addictive, and I don't know why. I have to just kind of chalk it up to the engineers over at Silicon Valley, for they know what we want to see. And unfortunately, I really think that the major downfall for me, and probably a lot of people, is the automatic start to the next video. Because I remember on YouTube where you would see a short video or a video and you would have to click on another video for it to start. Now you have to click on something to make it stop. So the onus is on you to stop the process, and you just let it just keeps going. Next one starts, next one starts, next one starts, next one starts, versus you actively trying to press play. When that happened, I was like, this is some sick ass. Because I can't stop myself, and nobody can, from the boomers to the children. Can I tell you yesterday? I'm sure they're not listening, but there was a situation with a boyfriend's family member. Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Ended up in the hospital. Okay. Everything is fine. I'm there. The boyfriend is there. The boyfriend's, brother and his children are there. And the youngest child was going to leave. We were all going to leave together. The women were going to go with the children, as we should, and the boys were going to stay because it was, whatever, their family member. So they go, all right, little boy, go say goodbye to your grandpa for the night. We're in the hospital. Go say goodbye. The little kid was on his iPad and had been on his iPad for the entire time I had seen him. So maybe it was like 3-4 hours at this point. And he was like, do I have to? I don't want to go, because he had the iPad. He didn't want to say goodbye to his grandfather, who was in the hospital, who just suffered some kind of event. Still trying to figure it out. And I've had conversations with people about the addiction problem with this particular child, but children in general. And I just looked at the boyfriend, and the boyfriend just goes, yep, and just goes and just yanks the iPad out of the children. Of course, the child is now screaming. He's much more upset about the iPad than he is about grandpa. And I was just like, this is a sickness. This is a sickness. I mean, if I can't even control myself, I'm a 37-year-old woman. How are we expecting a 9-year-old boy to kind of self-regulate when no one is regulating him? People just give him the iPad because he's quiet and he
quiets him down.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. It's, it's, you could give him a pharmaceutical, or you can give him an iPad.
Oh, he's on those too,
I think that's a good place to end it. Anna, great to see you. Thanks for coming live to the studio.
This was fun. We should do this more often.
WillsYouTube.com, WillsPodcast.com, HMB Radio, HMB Radio on Instagram, on Facebook, home_made_man on Instagram. Speaking of, follow me over there. I'll show you some milk content coming soon. So that'll be good. And 813-693-2124 on a Hummel. You can find her not online, only here on WillsYouTube.com. So check that out. We'll be back streaming live on Wednesday next week. So that'll be fun. And we'll talk then. So goodbye.